Could I ask Sean to Department of Transportation, Sean Duffy, former great congressman, very popular, decided to go out and make a couple of bucks. He made a lot. And he got bored with that, though. He likes serving people better, the people. And could I ask you to just discuss a very important subject to me, and that's the modernization of our equipment at airports so that planes aren't crashing into each other and bad things don't happen. It should have been done many years ago. We were going to do it, and then the election precluded that, unfortunately, but we're doing it now. Could you tell them where we are?
Yeah, if I can start.
Hey, Patriots. Welcome back to the channel where we put America first, expose government failure, and give credit where it's due. Today, we're reacting to something you won't see CNN talk about: President Trump's plan to save American air travel from decades of incompetence and decay. If you fly, if you work in the aviation industry, or if you just care about the safety and strength of this country's infrastructure, strap in, because what Sean Duffy revealed in this discussion is massive. Let's get into it.
Yeah, if I can start with Newark. You guys all covered what happened in Newark. We had outages for a couple of 30-second outages a couple months ago. We have, in 2 months, Mr. President, it's historic speed, laid new fiber lines for communication and tested those in the next month. So those new lines for the Philly Tracon that controls the Newark airspace, they're up and running, lightning fast speed. June was the most on-time June ever in the history of Newark for air travel. So that's going incredibly well. By the way, we shouldn't have dealt with this because Joe Biden and Pete Buttigieg had moved the center from New York to Philadelphia. They didn't test the lines. They didn't do the work, which is what brought us all these problems. But in the big beautiful bill, we got $12.5 billion. This is a historic investment in air traffic control. And so what the money is going to allow us to do is move from copper to fiber all over the country. So new copper lines. We think we can do that in a year and a half to 2 years. We have radar that dates back to the 1950s, some of it from the 60s and 70s. We get brand new radar across the country as well. We have some infrastructure money to build Tracons and centers, the en route centers that control the traffic across the country. So this is a massive new start to rebuild air traffic control. And again, this is dilapidated. Americans think that their government takes care of them and makes the investments that are necessary to make the country work. And for 30, 40 years, the investments weren't made. And so under your leadership and direction, we are making those investments. And per your direction, right now we are interviewing what we could call a general contractor or an integrator. One company to manage. It's a massive project. The FAA is not qualified to manage this kind of a project. So we are now going through the process of finding who that one company will be to manage the whole project. We'll interview those companies together and make that selection. So we'll write one big beautiful check to one beautiful company that'll be responsible for this whole build. But if I can just make one last point, this is not enough money. We're going to need more. But this is a massive new start. The biggest investment. We'll need some more money on top of it, but a great start from the big beautiful.
It's a starter.
Did you know some of the radar systems controlling the skies above you date back to the 1950s? Let me repeat that. 1950s. Some from the 60s, even the 70s. We have modern planes flying through a Cold War-era traffic control system. It's a miracle more disasters haven't happened. And guess what? For 30 or 40 years, nothing was done. Both parties, multiple administrations. They all ignored it until now. You can say a lot about President Trump, but one thing you can't say is that he sits on problems. In this video, he calls on Sean Duffy, former congressman, now part of the Department of Transportation, to give us an update on the air traffic modernization project. And let me tell you, what they're doing is incredible. Newark had major outages, communications just shut down mid-flight. That's how serious this is. But under Trump's direction, they installed new fiber lines in just 2 months. That's not government speed. That's America First speed. Thanks to the upgrades at Newark, June became the most on-time month in the airport's history. You know what that means? Efficiency, safety, accountability. And they didn't just throw money at the problem like the Democrats do. They identified what was broken and actually fixed it. Imagine that. Here's something that really made my blood boil. Sean Duffy revealed that the Biden administration, under the oh-so-brilliant leadership of Pete Buttigieg, moved airspace control from New York to Philly without testing the lines. Let me say that again. They didn't test the communications lines. Who does that? This wasn't just incompetence, it was negligence, and it's a miracle we didn't have planes colliding. These are the same clowns who preach about infrastructure while letting the most critical infrastructure, our skies, fall apart. Thanks to Republican leadership, we've now secured $12.5 billion, yes, billion, to modernize air traffic control. That means replacing outdated copper wires with lightning-fast fiber, installing brand new radar across the nation, building new control centers and TRACONs, streamlining communication systems to prevent future outages. It's the biggest investment in American air travel in history, and yet the media barely says a word. Why? Because it came from Trump's leadership. That's why. Another brilliant move. Sean Duffy said the FAA is not qualified to manage a project of this size. So instead of handing it off to another bloated agency, they're going to bring in a private sector general contractor to oversee it all. That's exactly how we should be doing things. Cut the red tape, hire the best, and get it done. One big check, one company, one mission. Modernize American airspace. Duffy admitted, 12.5 great start, but it won't finish the job. We'll need more investment if we want to fully secure our skies. And if we're going to throw money around, it should be for America's safety, not for gender studies in Pakistan or luxury hotels for illegal immigrants. This is what real leadership looks like. Identifying the problem, moving quickly, cutting through bureaucracy, delivering results. Contrast that with Buttigieg, who takes paternity leave in the middle of a supply chain crisis and hides from the press. We need more Sean Duffys and Donald Trumps, and fewer Twitter activists pretending to be transportation experts. This isn't just about air traffic. This is about whether your government is willing to do its job. Can you trust the people in charge to make sure planes don't crash? Can you trust them to maintain the systems that move millions of Americans daily? Under Trump? Absolutely. Under Biden? Not a chance. If you believe America's infrastructure should work, if you believe your government should protect you, if you believe Trump is the only one who actually gets things done, then like this video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment below. Do you trust Biden's team to keep our skies safe? We are rebuilding America, but only if we fight for it. Thanks for watching. Stay strong, stay informed, and as always, God bless President Trump, and God bless the United States of America.